I call the way people live life art. Like I wrote a foreword to my friend Cameron Haynes' book. One of the things that I said was that he practices an art that very few people appreciate, and it's the art of the maximized life. And that the discipline that he displays in his life and through his practices and all the things that he does, it's so difficult to live the way he lives, that for someone like me who understands it and knows what he's doing and appreciates it and appreciates how insanely difficult it is to have a full-time job and run ultra marathons, get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, run a full marathon before work. Like that's the kind of shit that he does when he's training for these 240-mile runs, all at the same time being like a father, a husband, having this full-time job, also being the best bow hunter on earth, lifting weights. It's like, how does a person do this?
Hit the road at 2:45 a.m. Just getting in miles. I like walking out of that house. It's like a warm, comfortable house. Really no reason to leave. Except I don't think anything great happens being warm and comfortable.
Motherfucker, I've been mortified, fortified, feeling like a Mordecai. I ain't regular, feel like Jordan wearing 45. Traumatized, victimized, seen some of my niggas die. Knock you off a base with a bat when them niggas slide. Homicide, genocide, televised, emphasize, perpetuating war. Tell that nigga he gon' pick a side. Hood ties from hood lines, now niggas doing dope lines. Don't run into the cops, that's a bitch, nigga exercise.
Always been hard for, bow hunters in the West to make it. And Cam, I mean, pretty much right now is one of the biggest figures in bow hunting, and he's got there through work ethic. I mean, just hard work ethic, not only being dedicated to bow hunting, but also being dedicated, to running and athletics and lifting weights. I mean, he's just at a different level. So super proud of him that he's been able to make it, because it is hard, really, really hard for, a bow hunter in the West to make it. He's one of the industry leaders. I mean, he has his own signature bow. He has his own signature target. I mean, pretty much, Cam probably turns down more sponsorship because he's only going to shoot what he believes in. I mean, he's not one of the guys that's just out there just going to grab everything. It's only what works for him and what he believes in. I mean, he really doesn't care about money. He cares about, what works and what works well and what he likes.
We hit it at 2:45 this morning, got it in a bunch of miles. Now what I do every day is right before I take off, I got my cup of coffee I'm gonna go grab, but before I do that and get in my truck and drive, I get a few bow shots in every day. The key to what I do is repetition and being consistent. So the only way that happens, you can't really shortcut it, it's just reps. So that's what we're doing here right now. Got my target down there at about 40. Right, now headed to the 9 to 5. As far as why, I don't know. It's just what I do. I just get up and I go to work. So I've had this same job for 24 years. Before that, I worked for 9 years at this warehouse. I was a warehouse supervisor, and that's like the only 2 jobs I've ever had really to speak of. I miss days because I have it scheduled and I have vacation. I've been there a long time, and then I do have hunts and things like that. But if I'm supposed to be there, I mean, I'm going to be there I've never called in sick in 24 years. So it's like when they're expecting me to be there, I'm going to be there. You can count on that. I go in early. I'm usually there half hour early. I stay late, so I take a little longer lunch. And I just got to get those miles in. That's kind of my time away. I'm not really an office person. It's my job, so I don't have a choice really, but I really need that to reset and get outside and get some fresh air. And when I can go and bust out 10 miles at lunch, it's like I come back and I'm thinking clear, I'm fired up, I feel better, just obviously physically because I just got a good workout in, but also mentally. And so that's what I'll do. And I take lunch anywhere from noon to 2 whenever I can find that gap. And so I'm at, I think, around 18 miles right now. My goal is always to get a marathon done a day. So whatever, I need to get 8 more miles, 9 more miles, something like that.
His dad was sick for quite a while before he passed away. He had liver cancer and kidney failure. And he had been a heavy drinker in his earlier life, had been clean and sober for lots of years before he got sick. And that was really difficult for Cam because his dad was someone that he just loved so much, admired so much. He talked at his dad's service that I know was really difficult for him. And, but he wouldn't have had it any other way. And there were a lot of people there, but he got up and said that what he wanted to say about his dad and how much his dad had meant to him. I know his dad would have been really proud of him. I think it is a tribute to his dad because his dad was so athletic and Cam really looked up to him because of that. And so I think that, he's probably thinking, Dad, I just ran 240 miles. His dad never did that. So I think it is a tribute to his dad that he has become athletic like his dad was.
So right now what we're doing is just a recovery session. So Cam doesn't take any days off, so we have to implement recovery every single day. So this is just a partner stretching the hips, legs, IT band, quads. We just do head to toe with movement. So right now we're just putting movement into his hips. Today he took 47,000 steps. So his body's a little tight.
Pulling a bow if you just did that, you might be unbalanced, but when we lift, we do even amounts on both sides. So it's, we put in way more work lifting weights than shooting a bow.
2:45 in the morning or 7 o'clock at night, what's harder?
None of it's hard. Hard is having cancer, or when your dad dies or your best friend dies, which I've had both those happen. This isn't hard. This is what I love to do. I love to feel the pain. They say you make friends with pain and you'll never be alone.
Yeah, look, I'm like, who this? Why y'all tripping off who this? Why y'all looking so clueless? Why you acting like I don't do this? Hold up, you say you beast mode. I think I'ma need a little proof then. I feel like I probably take two of them. Somebody might need two of this. Hold up, lions, tigers, bears, homie, that sounds like a snap. I can't keep myself composed. I need to settle for a stack. I've been talking to my God. He said, boy,
The only reason why you can do that is because of this or that or this, or I could do it if I had this or that. It's like, no, we're all afforded the same opportunity. I didn't have shit. All I ever wanted was my dad around my house, and he wasn't. And nobody would want my childhood. Nobody would say, oh, you had it so lucky, you had it so good, no wonder. Nobody would want to trade me how I grew up. So the way I see it is, if I can come up and achieve dreams that I never even thought possible, anybody can. Anybody can, but there's no secret to it. It's punching that time clock, it's putting in work every single day. And the sooner you realize that, the quicker you're gonna get to the path where you wanna go, and you can do it. I mean, nobody has to believe in you, nobody has to see the dream, nobody has to get it. It's all in you, it's you. And pretty soon they'll come on, they'll be like, oh shit, I guess you are, guess you were onto something, I guess maybe that is real. But to get started, you don't need anybody.
One of the things that I'm so proud of Cam about is when he worked for Eastman's Bow Hunting Journal, and he had a section where he wrote. And they were having a meeting, and he was talking about running, and they said, you know, nobody cares about your running, Cam. And that just motivated him so much. He didn't even miss a beat. He just went, okay, well, maybe you don't care about my running, but I do. And he built that into something that a lot of people care about. And I think it was because of that negative input that he got that he just went with it. Okay, well, I care about it. We'll see who cares about it.
How amazing is this? The reason why I like this event here, I think we've done this might be 5 years now. 5 years, yeah. So for all you guys who've been here all 5 years, thank you. I appreciate you so much. But for even if it's your first year, I like this event because it takes a little heart to get up here this morning. It's in the 20s, it's early, it's just getting light. It's a Saturday morning. So this gets us ready for hunt season, those early starts, but the fact that you're here sets you apart from so many people. This is why you're probably successful in life, is because you have heart, you have passion, you have something, you have a purpose. And this gives me strength. Seeing you guys out here gives me strength. So thank you. Let's get a big hell yeah for a Saturday morning run, yeah?
It's when it's getting late, the diner by the interstate serves them up a nice hot plate. They fill him for a time. Cheryl's always working there. The big blue
You can walk through the fire complaining along the way, or you can walk through the fire and create an example for everyone else so that the trials and tribulations of their own life seem trivial because they're comparing themselves to the way you handle things, or the way you handle things with grace and dignity and discipline can show other people that they can handle their own life this way. Discipline is art. I think it is, because it's beautiful for me to see. When I see someone who's really truly disciplined, someone who just like truly maximizes the grind, I feel like there's an art to that.
Everything we have just to make it by. Yeah, we try with all our heart and soul just to feel alive. Cheryl says, will that be all? A jukebox plays a country waltz. Jim is feeling mighty tall and he asked her to dance. And Cheryl says, oh, I don't know, but round and round the floor they go, holding hands and dancing slow. Feels just like romance.